One of the most important things for an engineering leader is to build trust as you start. In this video, I'll be sharing the most common challenges engineering leaders face when they start with a new role and how to solve them. Those are the exact most common challenges I saw in the last 2 years consulting and also advising multiple companies. If you don't know me yet, my name is Gregor and I am the founder of Engineering Leadership Newsletter. Now, let's get straight into today's topic. Alright, let's first talk about a bit about what kind of challenges are you normally seeing as a new engineering leader. So, as I mentioned, those are the exact challenges I have saw working with multiple companies. And you normally, when you start a new role as an engineering leader, you have one-to-ones with the key stakeholders, with your engineering team, and also other departments. And what I suggest to do is when you have this one-to-one meetings, you want to make sure that you note down everything that they have told you that is pressing to them, there is a problem, there is a challenge, and so on. That's how you see opportunities on particular things, on how you can improve things across the company. And also one of the important things is to don't try to make any kind of big changes before you understand what's actually happening in the company and what are the common challenges, what are the common things that are across the company and so on. You need to understand and get context of various different things before you can make those really big changes. So for example, you discussed with key stakeholders, you had like different one-to-ones with the key stakeholders, and they told you that AI adoption is something that they're worried about, their competition, the companies that are competitors, they're worried that they might be ahead of your company. And then obviously, of course, growth, revenue, and profit. Those are always going to be one of the key things that stakeholders are going to try to improve. Of course, and also engineering priorities aligned with business. They're worried about engineering not doing things that is aligned with business vision and also business challenges and so on. And then once you discuss with team leads, tech leads, engineers inside your team, you see that a lot of the people are worried about unrealistic AI expectations coming from company leaders, thinking that believing that AI is a magical tool to solve any kinds of problems. And then also they believe that they have some sort of a pressure to deliver faster, and also a constant change of requirements. There comes like sprints after sprints of different things they're working on, not like a concrete project that are going to move the needle. Those really important projects. Also, non-transparency on company vision and goals. They believe that they don't understand fully, the business vision and where the company is going, and so on. And also, they believe that they don't have enough time for experimenting, and that goes along with AI adoption, unrealistic AI expectation. You need time for experimentation if you're trying to include a new AI tool in the process. So that makes a lot of sense here. And then also talking with other departments, you get a feeling that they have a lack of understanding of what engineering actually does on a daily basis, and also they believe that their requests are not getting honored by engineering. They have a certain asks, they have certain feedback and certain problems and challenges, and they feel like that their requests are not getting listened. And then also this is also connected with this. They believe that engineering is not building the right things for them. So obviously, every department like sales, marketing, compliance, they all have certain things that they would like to, certain initiatives that they would like to move forward with. But obviously, it's a big challenge for engineering to try to prioritize those initiatives. And this is something that obviously needs to be improved in order to have more transparency and more overall view of everyone have a holistic view on what engineering is doing. Also, important thing to mention is predictable and transparent engineering organization is really a big asset for the business. So these are your notes as a new engineering leader that when you have discussed with key stakeholders, engineering team, and also other departments. I also try to always when I'm doing this, I try to make it as as clear as possible, so I can then later map together opportunities, right? So we will talk about next about specific opportunities we have when we saw these challenges, right? So what I try to do here in this case is how can I map together certain things that we can solve them together. So for example, you see this one in yellow mark. We can see those are all connected with each other, which is AI adoption is a problem for key stakeholders. Engineering team has a problem with unrealistic AI expectations, and then also not enough time for experimentation. So yeah, this is one thing that we are going to look at it together. Then the next thing is engineering priorities aligned with the business, pressure to deliver faster, and lack of understanding what engineering does. So this is some kind of like we need to improve the process, we need to improve the visibility, and we need to improve the transparency of what engineering does, and also make sure that everyone understands like what is the priority number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4. And then we also need to share our progress regularly. I think, a lot of times companies are having problems with engineering sharing what is actually new, what is something that has been delivered in the last couple of weeks, and so on. And because a lot of people don't see that, they don't have that complete overview of what engineering actually does on a daily basis, on a weekly basis, on a monthly basis, and so on. And then also constant change of requirements. The requests are not getting honored by engineering. Engineering is not building the right things for them. Those are all connected also with the process. How can we make our process better, more transparent? How can we involve every particular stakeholder when we are discussing priorities, and so on? We will look at these opportunities right after. Those are the 3 main opportunities that we have now done in yellow, blue, and in gray color. And then we have with the black color, those are kind of like a one-off opportunities. Obviously, growth, revenue, and profit, those are always going to be in mind in stakeholders. So this is not just specific to one company, and this is what you always, as an engineering leader, is going to work towards. Always keep in mind that it's also very important for you as an engineering leader to focus on this specific things. It's because at the end of the day, there is no engineering without business, and if the business is not working well, then engineering is not working well as well. Very, very important. So the goal of engineering is to, obviously also improve the growth, revenue, and also profit for the company as well. And then also non-transparency on company vision and goals. That's another kind of like a one-off improvement we can do. The way I would approach this is I would tell key stakeholders to say to talk more about business goals, business challenges, business vision in the all hands meeting. Then also I would make sure that we would be regularly sharing some business insights on engineering internal meetings as well. Those are kind of things I would look at here. Okay, now let's take a look the outcomes of mapping together and what kind of opportunities we can implement in order to solve these challenges. So, for example, as we mentioned in this yellow color, we defined that the managing AI expectations from stakeholders is a problem. Being the voice of reason regarding AI and giving more time to experiment with AI tools. That's what we want to improve. So let's first talk about how to manage the AI expectations from stakeholders. The way to go here is to understand the why. What is the actual problem that they have. Why do they feel that they have that fear of missing out regarding AI? I would really try to understand the why here. What problems are we trying to solve? That's a really great question to ask. What are the pain points or bottlenecks? What's actually being a problem for you? And also you want to ask yourself, and also you want to ask everyone in the business, is AI really the right tool for this? Because it's not a one tool that is going to solve all the problems, but it's going to definitely help in some specific cases, but it's not going to be a magical tool that is going to make everything better. So that's how I would approach this part. And then also, you want to be confident, you want to be credible, you want to build your credibility as much as possible when you're discussing these AI expectations. You want to be the voice of reason regarding AI. You want to educate, you want to teach, you want to share knowledge about what's possible and what's not possible. And that's where being confident is very, very important in current times. Giving more time to experiment with AI tools. Yeah, what I would do here is I would look for different AI champions across the company. Who are the most in people that are interested in AI tools the most, and I would look to provide them with more time to actually experiment and try to find out different opportunities for us. And then also these people would be sharing knowledge across the company of what new have they have found, and then also help others to become better at those specific tools. They would be also sharing the insights either via Slack channels, any kind of other medias, and so on. Also, what I would look at is I would look at to include like a regular knowledge sharing sessions across the whole company, where everyone can share a certain new thing they have learned, or maybe they have found a new thing. So I would do this company wide, and everyone has an opportunity to share knowledge here. I would do it like maybe once every 2 weeks or maybe once a month. It depends how many people would be sharing, and also the size of the company as well. And then also a great thing here is, and it's also really, really fun thing to do, is implement a hackathon where you share like some kind of business problems. And then people will try to find solutions to those business problems. They can be AR related or not. The goal here is to define like specific business problems, and then ask different teams to find solutions for them. That's a really fun kind of initiative that can spark people to experiment more and look for new ways to solve problems. Okay, let's go to the second opportunity, which is more transparency on what we are working on, what will be worked on, and also when people can expect it to be done. As you remember, this was one of the problems as we discussed here. So the way I would approach it is that we need some more transparency, and I had a really good, a lot of great examples where a sprint demo meeting has done wonders for the company and also for the engineering organization, because when people actually see what is new, they get a much better overview of what engineering does on a daily basis, on a weekly basis, on a monthly basis, and so on. So this is a really great initiative, and if a company doesn't do that yet, I would look to include it. The way I would approach it is I would be then having a conversation with the team leads or engineering managers of the teams, and then I would also define what kind of the expectation is for the format of the meeting, and so on. And I had a really great experience with it on different projects. And then also we need some kind of like a roadmap vision, so at least people know like what they can expect in let's say in the next 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, 5 months, 6 months, and so on. At least some kind of a plan of future work. We don't need to have like everything mapped all together, and we have all the epics and user stories ready and so on. No, I think that's too much in detail, especially, it depends also on the size of the company as well. If the company is bigger, then yeah, that may be the case. But if it's a smaller company, then I think that is an overkill. And then the next one is, if the company is already doing OKRs, it's really important that you connect your engineering OKRs to company-wide OKRs, because at the end of the day, we are all here to make the company and the business as successful as possible. That is another thing I would look at is, hey, how can we map our engineering initiatives to company-wide goals and plans. All right, now let's take a look at the third thing, which is we need a better process for delivering new iterations and being more predictable. We also need to better manage expectations of what will be done and what will not be done. So the way I would look at it here is we need some kind of like a agreement of what's actually going to be worked on and what not, and that's where like a roadmap vision helps a lot, and then also kind of sprint prep planning alignment is going to do wonders here. Is you get in touch with different stakeholders that have different initiatives in mind, because the thing is, as an engineering organization, you can't handle all the incoming requests, right? So you need to prioritize the best as possible, and the best way to do it is to be transparent and getting key stakeholders on the same page. And yeah, that's where roadmap vision helps a lot, and also pre-planning alignment and so on. And then also I would look to make sure that everyone can check the progress anytime. You make sure that everyone can see where our springboards are, where our tickets and user stories are. They can check the progress of a particular item anytime. I would also make sure that is being transparent as much as possible, because as I mentioned before, predictable and transparent engineering organization is really a big asset for the business. And also for you as an engineering leader, you want to be as transparent as possible, because you don't want to be a bottleneck where stakeholders and people from various different departments are going to be coming to you for questions all the time, and so on. You want to make it easy as possible for people to know what is being worked on, when it can be expected to be delivered, and also what is the progress on that specific thing. And then also, making sure that the progress is being transparent. Updating OKRs regularly is a really big thing as well. So as soon as you see there's a certain new milestone happening in progress of a particular project, you want to also update that, so everyone can see, okay, hey, engineering is already at this step in this project, and so on. So yeah, I hope this was helpful to you. For if this is something that has been interesting, there are a lot more other challenges across the engineering organizations, but those are kind of like the most common challenges I see across different companies, and those are some of the my mindset on how to solve them. So yeah, I hope that this was helpful to you. And if you're not a subscriber yet, make sure to check out my newsletter. It's called Engineering Leadership. There are more than 165,000 people already reading it, and also I publish 2 new articles every week. And yeah, thanks a lot for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.